Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to address you today on behalf of Slovenia, which currently holds the rotating presidency of the Council of the European Union. I wish to thank the CPAA organizers for the invitation and congratulate them for holding the traditional forum even in these challenging circumstances. Many things have changed since Slovenia's first EU presidency in 2008 in the EU and certainly around the globe. However, I can say that the transatlantic relations are just as prominent to us as they were 13 years ago when Slovenia hosted the EU-United States Summit. Furthermore, we believe that European-American ties need to be even stronger today due to many serious attempts at undermining our shared interests and values and the rule-based international order. Just before our current presidency started, the EU-United States Summit took place in Brussels. A joint statement sets out a clear and ambitious agenda for our common action. For the Slovenian presidency, it serves as a guidance on how to complement our overall priorities with the transatlantic dimension. Allow me to outline these priorities and draw some parallels between the two sides of the Atlantic. Our first priority is strengthening the resilience of the European Union. We want to build on the lessons learned from the pandemic and encourage a horizontal and strategic approach. This emergency needs to be transformed into the EU's long-term crisis preparedness. At the same time, we must enhance the resilience and responsiveness to major cyber attacks and crises. They have revealed our collective vulnerability and underlined the importance of investment in digital security. For resilience to be sustainable, the security element is paramount. In this regard, NATO represents the strongest defense. It is our priority to ensure closer cooperation between the EU and NATO, also regarding the cyber and hybrid threats. Our second priority is the economic renewal of the EU based on the digital and green transition. The pandemic is having a detrimental impact on the social and economic fabric of our societies, and it is crucial to reduce and eliminate its adverse effects. Slovenia plans to work towards Europe's economic recovery, focused on the two main elements of the green transition and digital transformation. With regard to the first, it will be vital to focus on the EU's climate ambitions in line with the objectives of the Paris Agreement. The green transatlantic cooperation in this field, including through the EU-US Climate Action Group, is crucial. As for the digital transformation, let me mention the establishment of the Trade and Technology Council at the EU-United States Summit, which confirms the ever-growing importance of new technologies and the role of digitalization in trade. The EU and the US are by far the biggest digital trade partners. The mere volume of digital trade calls for stability and predictability, including through expanded bilateral trade and investment, avoidance of technical trade barriers, and in particular, cooperation on key policies, technologies, digital issues, and supply chains. The priority of strengthening the Union based on the rule of law and maintaining a European way of life reaffirms joint commitment to our common values of democracy, rule of law, protection of human rights and human dignity, and open market economies. These are cornerstones of our societies and the rule-based international order. The values we share need to be the common denominator in ensuring a sustainable future. Among these, the rule of law has a particularly prominent role. There can be no protection of human rights or democracy or open market economy without it. Slovenia will make every effort to strengthen the rule of law as a common European value, to re-establish the full functioning of Schengen area, and to tackle the open issues of migration and asylum in European and its neighborhood. In connection to the latter, I want to point out our fourth priority, namely a secure European Union as a reliable and good partner in the neighborhood and the world. We believe that a reinforced transatlantic alliance should be deeply embedded in advancing the EU security and defense agenda. The unified message of the EU and the United States are important in Slovenia's immediate neighborhood, the Western Balkans. Slovenia will host the EU Western Balkans Summit as we wish to pay special attention to the process of the EU enlargement. The same goes for the European Eastern neighborhood. Our common and unified messages are crucial and they do not go unnoticed. I also wish to emphasize the importance of the established EU-United States dialogue on China and Russia, which now allow for structured and continued exchange on the common approach towards the two. In recent years, weeks and even days, we heard many discussions about divergent views that supposedly harm transatlantic relations and about how the bond between us had weakened. For Slovenia, preserving and strengthening transatlantic partnership and alliance is still the most effective way to build resilient societies able to counter any kind of threat. It is also the best way forward to safeguard our values and our shared objective, free individuals living in a democratic and prosperous society. Let me conclude by saying that differences between us certainly exist, just as they have in the past, and that is completely fine. The ties which bind Europe and North America go way beyond everyday politics. Here history speaks for itself, and so will the future. Thank you.